I have huge dreams. These big, big dreams. I want to learn Spanish. I want to start a business. I want to study psychology, maybe play the violin, travel the world, create content, build a brand, become financially free. But then I spend 3 hours scrolling Instagram. Another day passes, then another week, and boom, another month gets wasted too. Look at my screen time. It's somewhere around 12 hours. And suddenly, while scrolling Instagram, I see someone else less talented than me doing exactly the same things that I wanted to do. Now, they have thousands of followers. Their business is growing. They are speaking the language I wanted to learn. And I'm sitting here questioning myself. Am I just too lazy? I don't think most ambitious people are lazy. I think they are trapped. Today, that's what we are gonna talk about. The paradox of being ambitious but lazy. Because I know this feeling all too well. There is this strange kind of emotion that we ambitious people feel. It's not exactly failure. It's watching our own potential slowly disappear while we are busy thinking how to use it properly. We know we are capable. People even tell us, you are so smart, you have so much potential. But potential without execution becomes regret. I don't know how to describe that feeling of regret. And over time, the regret of wasting your potential hurts more than any failure in this world. So, why does this happen? I have summed it up into 3 reasons based on my personal experience why it keeps happening to us. Reason 1, too many options. Let's start with the biggest one. Too many options. Imagine you are standing in front of your TV, wanting to watch Netflix while having dinner. There are hundreds of movies. You keep scrolling. What should I watch? This movie looks good. No, this is a new one. I should watch this. No, not this one. Its rating is bad. Maybe I should watch this series. No, it's lengthy. It has 21 episodes. 30 minutes later, your dinner is still waiting on the plate, but you still haven't decided what to watch. Now apply that to your life. You like singing, you also love gaming, you are interested in psychology, marketing fascinates you, you want to build a business, you want to travel, you want to learn Spanish. Someone tells you AI is the future. Someone else says data analytics pays well. Another person says brand strategy is booming. Every option looks exciting, and because every option looks exciting, you choose all of them. Monday, you are learning marketing. Wednesday, you are watching data analytics videos. Friday, you are researching on how to start a clothing brand. Sunday, you are convinced traveling the world and making documentaries is your calling. You see, the problem isn't lack of ambition. The problem is too much ambition with no clear direction. This thing is called decision overload. The more choices we have, the harder it becomes to commit. Our brain starts thinking, what if the other option was better? So instead of choosing one road, we stand at the crossroads forever. It's like trying to stand with one foot on 2 different boats. Eventually, the boat drifts apart and you fall into the water. People call this multitasking, but I call it slow self sabotage. Because when your attention is divided, your progress is divided too. Here is something I had to accept. Every yes is also 100 hidden no's. If I say yes to becoming great at brand strategy, I'm saying no for now to enrolling in a core psychology course. No to learning 5 languages at the same time. No to 10 different business ideas. Not forever, just not now. Successful people don't have fewer interests. They simply know which interest deserves today's attention. Reason 2, comfort becomes a golden cage. The second reason is comfort. And comfort is dangerous because it doesn't feel dangerous. Imagine someone earning rupees 2 lakh every month. Good salary, comfortable life, bills paid on time, savings are growing. Now, this person dreams of opening a cafe to be free from corporate hustle, or becoming a singer, or starting a business. Maybe. But then reality speaks. What if it fails? What if I lose my income? What if I regret quitting? So they stay in that safe zone because the current life feels safer. The above questions are genuine because taking such a big risk on your already built career can be life threatening sometimes. Comfort creates a very clever illusion. It whispers, you can always start next year. And next year says the same thing. Maybe wait for one more year. Let's save more. This is called loss aversion. Believe it or not, people fear losing something they already have much more than they value gaining something new. Losing rupees 1 lakh hurts more than gaining rupees 1 lakh feels good. Our brain is designed that way. And that's why comfort keeps people stuck. And sometimes you don't even need a high paying job for comfort to trap you. Sometimes your comfort zone is simply your bed, your routine, scrolling social media, watching productivity videos instead of producing something. Comfort doesn't always look luxurious. Sometimes comfort looks like procrastination. Because procrastination protects us from discomfort. If I don't upload this video, nobody can criticize it. If I don't start this business, nobody can reject it. If I don't learn the language, nobody can hear my bad pronunciation. Doing nothing protects our ego, but it also kills our future. Reason 3, the overthinking loop. Now let's talk about the most dangerous trap, the overthinking loop. This one has probably destroyed more dreams than failure itself. Imagine you have always wanted to start your own business. Maybe it's a clothing brand, maybe a digital marketing agency, maybe a cafe, maybe an online store. You have the idea. You have a notebook full of plans. But then your brain starts asking questions. What if the business fails? What if I invest rupees 2 lakh and lose everything? What if nobody buys my product? What if someone starts the same business and does it better? What if the economy crashes? What if AI changes everything? What if this isn't the right time? Before you have even sold your first product, your mind has already imagined your bankruptcy. None of the above things have actually happened, but we have already imagined the outcomes. Right now, you are suffering from possibilities, not reality. Psychologists have a term for this actually. It is called analysis paralysis. When there are too many unknowns, our brain convinces us that waiting is safer than acting. So instead of starting the business, we watch another YouTube video on marketing and business, then another podcast, then another how to start a business in 2026. We buy courses, we make business plans, we design logos, we research competitors. We calculate profits we will never make because the business doesn't even exist yet. It feels like we are working, but in reality, we are not even moving. We are only overthinking and rotting in bed with our laptop. Now imagine another person. They don't know everything either. They don't have the perfect logo. Their website isn't perfect. Their product isn't perfect. But they launch. Somehow. Their first month is terrible. They make mistakes. They lose some money. But they learn. 6 months later, they understand more about business than you learn from watching 500 videos. Because there are lessons you can only learn after taking action. And believe me, we learn more from experiences. Overthinking only makes us believe we are reducing risk. But sometimes the biggest risk is spending 5 years thinking about a business that someone else builds in 5 months. The goal isn't to eliminate uncertainty. The goal is to become the kind of person who can handle uncertainty. Because no successful entrepreneur started with certainty. They started with courage, adjusted with experience, and improved with time. Action doesn't come after confidence. Confidence comes after action. Here is something I have realized after these many years. These three problems, too many options, comfort, and overthinking, don't exist separately. They overlap. One day you are overwhelmed by too many choices. The next day, comfort keeps you where you are. The day after that, overthinking convinces you to postpone everything. That's why generic productivity advice like just work harder or wake up at 5 a.m. doesn't solve this problem. Because productivity isn't the issue. The issue is understanding why you are stuck. So, before asking, how do I become productive? Ask yourself, what kind of stuck am I today? Am I overwhelmed by too many choices? Am I protecting my comfort? Or am I trapped inside my own thoughts? Once you identify the real problem, the solution becomes much simpler. And finally, I want to say this. Most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they spend years preparing for a life they never actually begin. Don't let your ambition become a museum of unfinished dreams. Pick one thing, stay with it, be bad at it, improve at it, and let time do what motivation never can. Because ambition without action creates regret. But imperfect action sometimes creates a better life.